Hello. Welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz and I'll be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for the 5-2 human design profile Heretic Hermit. If you don't know your human design profile, there's a link in the description to get your human design body graph. And amongst the plethora of information about you, on there will be your profile. So for the purposes of these readings, we're going off of profile. So be sure to check out your zodiac sign readings also. And the most important part, be sure that you subscribe to the channel. I would love that. It really helps me out. I appreciate the support. It's free for you. It's free for me. Who doesn't love that? And let's get you an oracle card, and then of course we'll get your tarot out. We have the Spider and Passionflower, creative ingenuity. Beautiful. Huh. I don't know. I don't know why. Like, it feels like these flowers are like trying to like fend off this spider. Hopefully you don't have like a crazy aversion to spiders. I apologize if you do. We have the Crown of Swords or the King of Swords. I'm laughing because you're the third reading that I've done so far. I'm basically doing these in the reverse order. And the 6-3 had the Crown of Coins or the King of Pentacles. The 6-2 had the Crown of Wands, and you guys have the Crown of Swords. I've never seen kings come out like so often. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting how that happens. We have the Present card. I only do those cards in the upright. So, I don't know. I feel like it kind of came out like sideways-ish, but I only read those in the upright. And they're just like extra cards in this deck. So, like, if you do past, present, future readings, it's just like for that. But I'm like, I don't really do readings in that kind of way. So, I just left them in the deck, and I'm like, well, if they come out or when they come out, there's a message about whatever, like the past, present, here, or even the future. And really, they don't come out that often either. So I think it was a good decision to keep them in. We have the Sun card. 3 more. We have the Crown of Wands. That's interesting. We have the Crown of Swords and the Crown of Wands together. 7 of Pentacles. And the Hermit. Interesting. With that second line. And then the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. All right, so let's see what this... Spider and Passionflower is talking about. Spiders represent a balance of light and dark. Cunning yet patient, they spin intricate webs that are both beautiful and deadly. The passionflower is a vining flower that has come to symbolize faith. It was named by 16th century Jesuit missionaries who associated the plant with the Passion of Christ. Its filaments represent the crown of thorns, its 10 petals, the 10 faithful apostles, and so on. Upright, you can solve your problems unconventionally and with cleverness. You need only exercise patience in order to fully appreciate the results of your labor. Reverse, stagnation. To overcome a creative block, try to be like the spider, innovative and adept. Have faith that your quiet efforts will pay off in the end. How can I overcome an obstacle using my talents? When have I solved a problem using my ingenuity in the past? Also too, I believe that the 5-2 profile, like you have to bring yourself out. If I remember correctly about the 5-2 profile, like, you know, the second line, the hermit, enjoys its alone time. It wants to be in its cave, right? And also even comes with its own projection field. So it's interesting, like the 5-2, the 2-5 have like that double projection field. So really it's like with that fifth line, it is about, you know, being unconventional, stepping outside of tradition. So yeah, I mean, I can see where that creative ingenuity comes in there. So we start with the King of Swords. Swords have to do with our mind, our thoughts, our mindset, belief systems, knowledge, intellect. It's also about truth and honesty, but like divine, universal truth, you know, so objective truth. I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, feelings, how we even come to believe the things that we believe, right? So it becomes our temperament, our personality. It's the reasons why we do things and why we don't do things, whether those stories were true or not, and whether they're even our stories or not. So when we get to the King of Swords, the kings are the highest expression of the suit. So there's a clarity of thought there. There's a mastering of your mind. It is also even being able to see big picture. And I believe the Oracle card mentioned that, I've already forgotten, and it's only literally been probably like 2 minutes since I read that, but there's a maturity, that like a mental maturity that comes with the King of Swords. So it's being clear in your beliefs. It's being, you know, clear-headed, having your mindset. Also, kings they're an authority figure, right? Like people look to them for guidance. So it's being in a position of authority, even if that's in your own life, right? It's like being sure of yourself. Even with the King of Wands, because the King of Wands for me, like there is this confidence in yourself. There's a confidence in your abilities. There's a confidence in what you have tried, what you have learned, what you know to be true, what you want to do, what you want to like focus your energy on. Wands have to do with action. It's the motivation behind the actions that we take, creativity, passion. How are you communicating those things? What actions are you taking towards those things? So, you know, we have the Ace of Swords here. Again, right? The Sword of Truth. We have the Ace of Wands here, which is that spark, our passions, like our zest for life, being in the highest expression of that. The King of Wands is like the entrepreneur of the tarot also. Like they have to have creative freedom. That does feel very like fifth line, because again, it's stepping outside of tradition, because maybe you see things in a different way. You can see that things could work in a different way. You could see that your life could work in a different way. So it's, you know, it's taking that knowledge that you have, you know, it's mentally being clear. It's also even really standing in your truth, really trusting what you know to be true for yourself, because literally nobody is going to be able to see you clear enough or as clear as you are, especially with that fifth line. So you need to be so I'm a 5-1, and I feel like one of the gifts that comes with the fifth line is that you do have to be so in tuned with your star player, because people will try to tell you, I can't even tell you how many experiences I've had of people being like, you're this, you're that, you're this, good, bad, or otherwise. And I'm like, that is so wrong. Like, that's not me at all. That's you, right? Like, that's, fifth line, the projection thing. So it really, like, you have to be so ground in your thoughts, your mind, and the actions that you are taking have to be in such alignment with your own integrity, like with who you are. And of course too, like stepping outside of the box is very much what you are designed to do. We have this present card here. This to me looks like an eye. I mean, we have this, hourglass in the middle, which, hourglasses keep track of time. So there could be, and it's pretty even here. The top and the bottom is pretty even. So it's kind of like, I mean, of course, duh, it's the present card, but I don't know. Like I just like literally heard in my head, no duh. Like, but I mean, clearly, like, there's been something that has been in the works. I mean, obviously, just your life in general, right? But I mean, if you're at the King of Swords and the King of Wands, you've already been through from Ace to obviously King, or at least Page through King, right? So there is something that has been in the works already with this hourglass. And also, too, even just the reminder that time stops for no one. But also, at the same time, you have plenty of time. There's still plenty of time. And, we have these little sprouts here. Like in the past card, these seeds are being planted. They've already sprouted here. So there's something in the present moment that, again, it's in the works. It's already sprouted here. And especially with this paired with the Seven of Pentacles, which is, I couldn't have picked that more perfectly myself if I had chosen the cards myself. Like, I couldn't have done it. Because the Seven of Pentacles talks about the seeds growing, harvesting. It's literally the fruit of your own labor. Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time. Where are we spending our time? Where are we investing our time? It's our physical presence. Like, where are we physically showing up in our lives? Our health. It's literally anything that we place value and worth on. And the Seven of Pentacles is focusing your time, your money, your energy, your focus on a specific task in order to see it manifest, right? Like, you can't just plant a seed in the ground and literally do nothing else for it and expect to be able to harvest it, right? Like, you have to physically show up, use your resources, including water, spend money on fertilizer, right? I mean, like weed and trim and whatever else, right, that you do, like with gardening terms, just to be able to harvest it, right? But again, it is the fruit, literally, it's the fruit of your own labor. So there's something here that will pay off. It could pay off now that you have been focusing your attention on. We have the Sun card, which is, it's like the best card in the whole deck. It's like joy, it's bliss, things are working out. Even, again, having the sun grow these sunflowers here, truly, right? I mean, nothing can grow without light. I mean, there's things that have grown in the dark, but you get what I mean, right? Like, it could even just be a message about going outside and getting some vitamin D. I mean, I feel like I read a statistic that was like 75 or 80% of adults are like deficient in vitamin D because we like rarely go outside. So it could just be a message about getting some vitamin D straight from the source. There's also even a rejuvenation aspect, like a rebirth type of aspect that comes with the sun card too, which is very hermit vibe, because it's like it's balancing, being present. It's balancing showing up for other people, which is very kingly. And then also making sure that you are spending time alone, because we have the hermit card on the table here. Also, even making sure that like your space, whatever that is for you, whether it's your bedroom, your office, your living room, whatever space can be dedicated to be your little hermit cave. It's like making sure that, it's decorated, it's furnished in a way where it literally gives you life. It literally fills your cup. You can go in there, you can lose yourself in your own interest, in your own time, in your own, presence, and it literally fills your cup. Again, right? I mean, even just you get life from it. Even if it's like time to revamp, like, maybe change the aesthetic a little bit, change it up. Like if it's not giving that for you anymore, change it up. Because that is very important for the second line, so that you can have the energy to show up for other people or do the things that you want to do. The Hermit card, again, I mean, I know we like kind of talked about it like a little bit, but the Hermit card is about like isolation. It also talks about, it talks about, healing, which is kind of part of like, being alone, like, really unpacking your own baggage, really kind of the only way out is in type of thing. But also with the Hermit card, for me, it's a reminder that your path is unique to you. Even going back to this creative ingenuity card, like your path is unique to you. So whatever is correct for you, even if it's not correct for other people, and even if they tell you that because you have that double projection, first of all, did you ask? Like, okay. Also, you feel so much better when you are honoring your own path. What is true for you? Even, again, being mentally clear, being confident in your intelligence and your knowledge, really honoring your truth here with the Ace of Swords, the King of Wands, creativity. This is, being confident in the actions that you're taking and the actions that you want to take. It's knowing the direction that you want to head in, literally being guided by your own flame, trusting, your own truth. That's wrapped up in this Hermit card. The sun is Leo. Hermit is Virgo, which is interesting because we're about to go into Leo season like tomorrow. And Virgo is right after that, isn't it? So like these next 2 months could be pretty important in some aspect for you. We have the 10 of Wands. 10s are completion. The 10 of Wands generally talks about carrying a burden, but I see wands as being information by way of experience. So it's life lessons, right? And that can feel like a burden sometimes, but it's also like you've learned a lot, like you've picked up a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, And you have all this skill set, all of this knowledge, this information, all the things that you have tried. You have all of that in your arsenal. It could be even like releasing of a burden. We have the Death card, speaking of releasing of a burden. And then the Devil after that. Scorpio, Capricorn. The Death card is the end of a cycle. Not even a cycle. That's not even like what I actually wanted to say, but it came out. I feel like that would be more like World card. But the Death card is like something has to end in order for a new beginning to happen. There's that saying I always say with the Death card, a new beginning disguises itself as an end, right? But the new beginning is just as important as whatever is ending. And that new beginning is not going to be possible if something doesn't end. It could be carrying so much of a burden, doing too much, people pleasing, whatever, right? That's got to come to an end. Even cutting this cord here, because the Devil card talks about the things that control us, obsessions, addictions, right? So, cutting the cord, that could be what's ending. The Six of Pentacles is receiving help from other people. It could be delegating work in some aspect. There's this equal reciprocity with the Six of Pentacles, though. Like, what you are putting out, you are receiving. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.